The big AliExpress anniversary sales today, and a couple days ago I posted a video going over my 12 favorite watches to buy, and it got me thinking. A lot of them are in the $100 to $250 price range, and although they are really great quality, not everyone wants to spend that much on a watch. So today we're going to look at 12 watches from $30 all the way up to around $60. And although they are quite inexpensive, they have really great specs and the quality is spot on. The first brand we'll take a look at is Addiesdive with a really awesome dive watch. This model comes in black, blue, and green with matching bezel inserts. This is a very capable and durable watch with a lot of great wrist presence thanks to the 44.5mm case. For those that have big wrists or just like a bigger watch, this is a great option. Starting with the engine, it's powered by the Seiko NH35 automatic movement, which is likely a familiar caliber for many of you. It's reliable and gets the job done. On top is a sapphire crystal with an anti-reflective coating. The details on the dial are done very well with applied chunky hour markers and thick, easy-to-read hands, all filled with BGW9 lume. It's rated for 200 meters of WR and does include a screw-down crown. I like how the date window has a white frame to help blend it in with the rest of the dial, and it's just a nice touch of detail. After the sale price and discount, it comes to $63. Next up is one more Addiesdive, the AD2044, an absolutely gorgeous GMT watch. The Pepsi colorway with the blue and red bezel looks really cool with the black dial and red GMT hands. It's sporty, functional, and a total home run. I really like how it comes equipped on a Jubilee style bracelet. The 5-link style is super comfortable, and the contrast with the polished center links and brushed outer links looks great together. Some standout features are the slightly oversized crown that adds a great visual and the execution on the case. It's brushed on the tops and sides, but it has a polished chamfered edge that adds a premium look and helps break up the case. The domed mineral crystal creates a cool distortion at certain angles, and crystal clear because of the AR coating, which stands for anti-reflective. The watch is powered by a Swiss quartz movement, so accuracy is really solid, and it measures 39 by 14.5 millimeters. All in, the price comes to $65. I absolutely love dive watches, and one of the best examples of the quality and affordability that you could get on AliExpress is the Steeldive 1970. I've talked about this watch a few times and can never get over all that you get. The dial has really great details, tons of lume, nice hands, and a polished frame date window, all protected by an AR-coated sapphire crystal. Powering the engine is the NH35 auto movement, inside a nicely finished, robust case that measures just under 44 millimeters in diameter and 13.5 in thickness. The bezel not only is made of ceramic, so it's scratch resistant, but it also features blue lume, which is a contrast to the green found on the dial. A really cool and fun detail. It comes equipped on a solid 3-link oyster-style bracelet, a classic dive watch design. The crown at the 4 is a fun deviation from the traditional format. It's a lot to watch with the price that comes to $47. Switching gears to a more minimalist, slightly dressier watch is from Merkur. The cross nail dial comes in a variety of color options like blue, red, and green. Really gorgeous colors that look great in this style of watch and look super cool with the gold hour markers and gold hands. The case is brushed with the horizontal finish that helps elevate the watch, and it measures 38 millimeters by 12 millimeters. The crystal is a K1 mineral crystal which has been hardened for extra scratch resistance, and it's powered by a hand-wound mechanical movement. It's a watch that has its own character and definitely a bit of an old school look. Tons of charm and a great watch to add to any collection. It's priced at $64 for a handful of the color options, and if you do want to get the Beads of Rice steel bracelet, it's in the 70s. Either way, a great price. The next watch is from Tandorio, and it has one of the coolest designs with really great specs. It not only looks super awesome, but it is available in a sterile dial and a variety of color options. The watch has so much character and doesn't look like a typical dive watch we see all the time with that classic sub layout. From the green old school lume-filled hour markers to the arrow-shaped hands and interesting case design, everything just flows nicely and stands out from the crowd. There's a double-domed sapphire crystal, a 40 by 13.8 millimeter case, and a 3-link oyster-style bracelet with polished center links and brushed outer links. Even the crown has a cool design to it. The watch comes to $63. One more Tandorio to look at that has a bit more of a traditional design to it and really great specs and build quality. This one also comes in a handful of great dial colors, as well as a steel bracelet or rubber strap, but with the sale, it's the same price as on the bracelet. If you like dive watches, it's tough to not like this one, unless you get offended by the crown being placed at the fore. A quick run through on the specs. Sapphire crystal, NH35 auto movement, screw down crown, and 200 meters of WR. It comes in at 41 by 14, so a great size for a lot of people. There's contrasting polishing and brushing, as well as polished chamfer lugs, and the Jubilee style bracelet is definitely a nice touch. It's a great watch for $53. Moving on is a different kind of dive watch that uses a compressor style, the AM339M from Berny. There's 3 really nice colors to choose from, black, blue, and green. All come on a rubber strap, though there is a steel bracelet option, but it is a little bit more money. Still worth the upgrade if you desire. The big standout feature is the use of 2 crowns. One for the date and time setting, and the other at the 2 is to rotate the internal timing bezel. A cool design and functional. I like how both crowns have accenting orange for a fun splash of color. The movement is a Japanese Miyota 8215 automatic movement. There's also a sapphire crystal and 200 meters of WR. The case is brushed and polished in a 40 by 13 millimeter case. The rubber strap is integrated into the watch for a more seamless design, and I like how there's no gap between the strap and the case, creating a cleaner look. The price comes to $74, which is a little over $60, but hopefully you give me a little leeway on this one. The last Berny we'll take a look at is the 2944M, which looks absolutely gorgeous in all the 6 different dial colors. This is definitely one of the more classy, dressier watches we'll look at today, and I love everything about the design. The dial has a ton of nice details and textured finishing. The hands have an interesting design as well, and the sunburst effect on the subdial adds a nice touch of style. The bezel has a really cool design to it, and it adds an extra layer of details. This is quartz powered, so super accurate, and a nice size for a slightly smaller watch at 36 by 7.5 millimeters. Yeah, it's super thin, which is a big part of its appeal. It'll wear it incredibly comfortably and just looks classy AF. Its final price comes to $39. Another one of my favorite sub $60 AliExpress watch brands is Militado, and we have 2 to look at. First, the ML08. An absolute banger of a watch with a clean, minimalist design that's executed perfectly. It has an all-steel construction from the case to the bracelet. Inside is one of my favorite types of movements, a Seiko Mecha Quartz, specifically the VH31. You get that sweeping hand motion of an auto, but the accuracy of quartz. Even at this price, there's a domed sapphire crystal with an AR coating, which is awesome, and there's also plenty of lume. The cathedral hands give it an elegant touch, and the case has a great size for an everyday style watch, 38 by 10.5 millimeters. The details and the finishing is done really well, and for $44, it's really a great bargain. Keeping the Militado theme, but switching things up to a bit more of a vintage watch, we have the ML01. The details on this blue dial are really quite incredible. There's a nice grainy textured finish, and the subdial at the 6 has a glossy finish, creating a nice contrast and separation. Also, the polished numerals and hands add a premium look. I absolutely love the shade of blue and how everything flows together beautifully. There's a ton of old school charm and definitely stands out from the crowd of watches. It uses a domed Hardlex crystal, which is a mineral that's been hardened for scratch resistance. The nicely finished case comes in at 36 by 10.5 millimeters, which is definitely a great size for the style of watch. I think if it was a little larger, it would take away from the elegance that it has. It comes equipped on a nice leather strap that has a bit of a vintage look, tying everything together. All in, it comes to $54. Next up is another watch with a really incredible dial that's available in a few different dial colors, the Seestern S382. We're talking an automatic Seagull 1701 movement, a sapphire crystal, and a variety of really amazing colors. The case is fully polished and looks glorious on the leather strap. The watch is really thin at just 9.5 millimeters, and the case has a diameter of 38. The slightly longer lugs do help make sure it doesn't fit small, so it will have nice wrist presence. On the back, there is a display case back to see the movement in action, which is always fun. I'll be honest, every dial color looks really fantastic, and it definitely is tough to choose a favorite. It will come down to your preference and style. The close-ups really show the details and how amazing this watch is. For $49, you really can't go wrong. Last up is a really stylish dive watch from Cadisen that's available in either black, blue, or white. I definitely like all three colors, but this crisp white dial really pops and looks great with the black contrasting bezel and blue seconds hand. This watch would make a great everyday timepiece with solid specs and build quality. It's powered by the Seiko NH35 auto movement, has an AR-coated sapphire crystal, ceramic bezel insert, and great dimensions for a lot of people at 40 by 12. The applied hour markers go great with the hands and match perfectly. The date window at the 6 is a cool design, and the rotating timing bezel adds nice functionality. It comes equipped on kind of a Jubilee-style bracelet that is nice to see at this price. It costs $55. I hope you enjoyed my selection of 12 watches, around $60 or less. Definitely let me know which was your favorite. As always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.